All right, here's the Kemba Walker NBA 2K20 player breakdown. Kemba Walker was born on May 8, 1990. Draft measurements were 6% body fat. His hand length, 8 inches. His hand width, 9 inches. Without shoes, he was 5'11 and a half. With shoes, he was 6'1", standing reach 7 feet 7.5 inches. Weighed 184 pounds. His wingspan was 6 feet 3.5 inches. I do these measurements just because it's kind of cool to see legit measurements from NBA, superstars, and you can imagine how big and strong they are compared to you. I think it's a fun exercise that fans can do since we don't get to see NBA players up close, really. Kemba Walker grew up in Bronx, New York. He comes from a hard-working family. His mother and father worked multiple jobs to keep food on the table. Early on, he was always playing pickup against older kids and often adults, growing his game quickly. He was always the smallest player on the court, and that can deter any person. However, it made Kemba Walker better. Ever since he started playing, he was told he was good, but just too little to make it. He never thought basketball was an option early on in his life. He was also interested in dance as a child. He got a chance to perform at the Apollo, which was 2 blocks northwest of his school growing up. His mother, Andrea Walker, was born in St. Croix. Her parents are from the island of Antigua. Andrea one year went down to Antigua to visit her family. She left the kids home with her sister in New York. And while the kids were sitting on a bed, a shootout happened on the street, and a bullet came flying through the kid's bedroom window. I believe the hard work ethic his mother possesses comes from dealing with nonsense like that. I think growing up in a hard environment can break most people. Kemba and his family don't seem to be most people. It's amazing how they were able to stay focused, work hard, and prevail. It's an inspirational story to say the least. A quote from Kemba about the Bronx. "That's where I'm from," Walker said of New York. "That's the reason why I'm here, the reason I am who I am, the reason why I work the way I work, the reason I have the passion for this game is because of where I'm from. Being from New York made me tough, made me fearless. Just playing with a lot of older guys, me on the court is definitely 10 times different from me off the court." End quote. There are no stories of him and his father that I found on the internet. There are multiple pictures, however. Kemba talks briefly and highly of his father, saying that he was always there for him. Kemba Walker's high school career. Kemba as a freshman at Rice in New York. He didn't perform well academically his freshman year and was not allowed to play. He got advice from a teacher at the school. If he wants something, he needs to work for it. Kemba said the teacher showed interest in him and gave him enough confidence to believe in himself. From that point on, Kemba's head was on straight. That motivation, along with seeing his mother and father work most days, instilled a belief of hard work that still exists in Kemba today. His senior year saw Kemba put up 18 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals. After putting up those impressive numbers as a 6'1" guard, he was deemed a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. In an article I read, it stated that he helped Rice to a city championship, but I couldn't find evidence of said championship in the school records. Rice won the title in 2009, but at that time Kemba was playing for his college team. Kemba has an all-time must-watch highlight from the 2008 McDonald's All-American game. On a fast break, he took off. It was unbelievable. He took off. You just got to go watch it. I don't want to spoil what happens. Let's just say every time Drew Holiday runs into Kemba, he might have traumatizing flashbacks. I know it's not smart to tell my audience of 5 people to go watch another video, but it's good. It's really good. Cool fact about his high school playing days, Kemba played against Derrick Rose in Madison Square Garden, and he defeated him in that game. Derrick Rose was a senior at the time. Sorry, I had to get one Chicago Bulls reference in this breakdown, and let's pause for a second to remember just how good Derrick Rose was. Okay, that was nice. Back to the breakdown. Kemba graduated from the private Rice School and chose the University of Connecticut. His college career. Kemba's freshman year, he came off the bench averaging... Let's bring up his stats. Averaging 9 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 2.9 assists. He was named to the Big East All-Rookie team and helped the Huskies to a Final Four appearance, losing to the Michigan State Trojans, I believe we call it Trojans, and Draymond Green. As a sophomore, or as my dad says, sophomore, Kemba earned a permanent starting position and averaged, let's go to his dead there, 14.6 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 5.1 assists. However, his team didn't perform well, not making the NCAA tournament by losing in the Invitational Tournament to Virginia Tech, finishing with a disappointing 18-16 record. His best and final year in college was his junior year. He received some help as talented freshmen Jeremy Lamb and Shabazz Napier joined the roster, or a squad as the kids who try to be cool say. Kemba averaged, in his senior year, he averaged 23.5 points, 5.4 rebounds, and 4.5 assists. The team was an underdog going into the Big East tournament. They finished first as Kemba Walker hit an all-time tournament classic step-back buzzer beater to beat Pittsburgh. Kemba faced off against Dion Waiters, Derek Williams, and Kawhi Leonard in the NCAA tournament and came out on top. The 2011 Huskies won 11 straight games in postseason play, the final 6 of which resulted in the program's third national championship under head coach Jim Calhoun. In the final, they defeated the Butler Bulldogs 53-41. Kemba Walker was named the tournament's most outstanding player. Many consider UConn's title win in a championship game to be the greatest defensive performance, as the Huskies held Butler to only 18.8% shooting from the field. That's insane. Kemba received the Bob Cousy Award that year for the best college point guard. He also got something even more valuable, a college degree in sociology. I'm just kidding. Not about his degree, but that it's more valuable. Making good on a promise he made to his parents before starting college. The most impressive stat I saw was that he increased his three-point shooting percentage from 27% his freshman year to 33%, almost 34% by his junior year, and also winning the championship and bringing his team. So he was eligible for the 2011 NBA draft. He left college a year early, and he was in the same draft as Kyrie Irving, Ernest Cantor, Tristan Thompson, Jonas Valanciunas, Jimmer Fredette, remember that guy? Nobody does. Klay Thompson, Alec Burke, good player. Jimmy Butler was drafted at the end of the first round, Norris Cole. You can make an argument that he was the third best player in this draft, third or fourth, depending on your liking. Some people would like Kyrie because of his handles, but if you ask Boston Celtics fans, they'd rather have Kemba Walker. So he could be top 2. I don't know, who'd you rather have, Jimmy Butler or Kemba Walker? Kyrie Irving or Kemba? I guess it all depends on your team needs, I guess. Rich Cho, who worked for the Charlotte Bobcats at the time, or Charlotte Hornets, I should say. I think they were the Bobcats. Yeah, they were the Bobcats. Rich Cho drafted Walker 9th overall. He was quoted saying, from an intangible standpoint, there was something about him that really stood out, Cho said. Cho said he had all the things you would typically look for. High character, high basketball IQ. He's always a good teammate, unselfish, but he also had that it factor. His competitiveness and toughness were off the chart. End quote. In the NBA, he played 8 years for the Charlotte Bobcats, pretty much improving every single year he played. Free throw percentage went from 78% all the way up to 86%. His three-point percentage went from 30% to 38%, which is a huge jump. Kemba initially struggled getting comfortable in the NBA. He didn't want to make waves with the veteran players. Michael Jordan saw this, pulled him aside, and this is Kemba Walker talking about that interaction. He kind of told me just to be myself, basically. He told me he drafted me for a reason, and he could see what I was doing. He didn't want that. He wanted me to elevate my game somehow, someway, continue to get better. But he wanted me to be myself, play the way I played in college. The biggest improvement to Kemba's game was improving his jump shot. Shooting coach Kretzer, I don't know how to say his name, filmed the franchise point guard's jump shots. He concluded that in order for Walker to have a more direct line to the basket, he should move his shot pocket over just a bit. Walker refers to this change as the biggest adjustment of his career, and positive results quickly followed. He upped his three-point percentage from 30% to 37% and averaged 20 points for the first time. Kemba was quoted talking about his NBA desires. I want to be an every night player. The best leader I can be for my teammates each and every night, Walker said. I don't really mean as far as points, I'm talking about mentality, as far as my leadership, as far as getting my guys ready to play each and every night. That's the kind of guy I want to be. Living in Charlotte, he wanted to give back to the community. He reached out to the big brothers and big sisters of Central Carolinas, asking to be paired with 4 children he could regularly meet and be invested in. This is his way of giving back, his mother said, because he doesn't have a high school to go back and give to because the school was closed down. You can see through his rookie deal, a little fun little fact, he got paid $2.3 million for his first year as a rookie, 2.5 second year, third year he got paid 2.5 again. His fourth year was $3.2 million, and then he signed a 4-year, $48 million deal. So for the next 4 years, he got paid an even $12 million. And then when he went to the Boston Celtics, he signed an extension and got paid $32.7 million. And the next season, he'll get paid $34.3. Following year, he'll get paid $36 million, even just about. And then the last year, which is a player option, and I think he'll accept that because he will be getting paid $37.6 million. Kemba Walker, get your money, get your money, get your money. But yeah, that's a player breakdown for Kemba Walker. I hope you enjoyed it. Now, to be honest with you, I just might stop these player breakdowns. I'm not too sure if they're worth it. It's a lot of time and effort that goes into making these, a lot of YouTube Wikipedia searches. I type out all of the statistics. I go over his family. I put it all in order from multiple videos, multiple sources all over the internet, and I'm not too sure if it's worth it. I think it'd be more fun to find out a fun fact about a player maybe, and then have a video spanning the course of 3 or 4 games, what happened in them, the statistics, simulate a few games, see how the breakdown of the simulation hits, and then just go over pretty much the game in general and anything that I find interesting about that week. I'm not too sure. Finding out about, Karl Anthony Towns is very good. Maybe I'll do a player breakdown in the 10 to 12 minute videos that I normally do. But finding out a 13, 14, 15, 16 minute amount of information about these players that's interesting is just, I don't know, I think it's maybe a waste of time. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here. If any of the 3 or 4 people that watch this have any ideas, should I keep going? What should I do? Let me know. I appreciate it.